It is Monday after work, and I had a hankering to do a Zwift race. I chose a 4.25 mile road race, but my story doesn't start here. Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. It actually started on Thursday before. The weather was nice enough, so I had a chance to go out and do my favorite climb and do some intervals up it. And I also had a group with me. Usually I'm by myself. A workout is always best with similar ability and like-minded riders. This workout was 1-3-1 pyramids. You do 1 minute on, 1 minute off. 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off, all the way up to 3 and then back down to 1. Actually, 2 of us just did that workout, Natalia and I. The others just rode up nice and evenly and pretty strongly too. When we got to the top, Natalia and I went down the fire station wall. This is a 12 to 15% wall, and we did sprints coming up it. We did 15 to 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off. Usually on the way back when I'm by myself, I take it pretty easy and just get back to the car. But with this other group, we were pretty amped coming in. In fact, Natalia and I were dropped with about 2 miles to go back to the cars. Our legs are pretty reamed. Back to the race, we are just starting off. With these short races, you're pretty much on all the time, and that's what makes it tough. But I need this as part of my prep for my upcoming season. Ordinarily, I can use the excuse that I'm the oldest guy here, and I am at 67, but not by much. But maybe I can use another excuse of my previous workload coming into this race. Just 20 seconds in, and I'm already looking for the space to slow down just a bit. So there's only 7 people in my category, the category Bs. There are only 2 As, and the rest of the 56 pack is split between the Cs and the Ds. If you turn your attention to the graphics on the right, you'll see a couple slots below me, L. Young Woon. He's about 3 or 4 seconds behind. He is a youngster at 65. I think there's a 50-something in here, and there's some 40-somethings in here in terms of the category Bs. The pack seems to have slowed down just a bit. Now, the tough part is that we're going hard, we're going easy, so I'm recovering under stress. And right about now, I'm thinking, I wish I could recover faster under stress. But it is what it is. Again, with the graphics on the right, we see that Woon is now only 2 seconds behind. Before he was about 3 plus. He's doing about 4.8 to 6.0 watts per kilogram to catch up to us. Not bad for a 65-year-old. I remember when I was that young. Now, the next person behind him is at about 6-7 seconds back, and I don't think he's going to be catching up to us. So the break that we have here, I should say the group that we have here, is about 10 people strong. There's a surge that I'm trying to answer to. If you see my picture on the lower left-hand corner, you can tell by my face that I am hurting. The part that's hurting the most are my quads, and this is why. It's because of what I did this past weekend. My legs were so reamed from that Thursday ride, I was concerned that it was going to affect my Saturday ride. Because Natalia wanted to do this particular course that was the back half of this road race that she's thinking of doing in a couple weeks. The course involves a lot of climbing. Natalia weighs $110, and I weigh 50% more than she does. She's 29, and I'm 67. What saved me on that day was that her legs were reamed as mine after that workout. Come Saturday, the only thing that she and I wanted to do was medium endurance and nothing more than that. My problem was that I misjudged the distance. I thought it was going to be something like 80, maybe 85 miles. It turned out to be about 85 miles for her. For me, it was 114. At least I got home before dark. Other than the 30 miles I did solo, the other 84 miles was pace line, just 1 minute pulls, just like what you're seeing now. The next day, Sunday, I did light squats and bodyweight deadlifts. Back to the race action. I'm just about officially dropped, but I don't want to get dropped. I'm about a second back or so. I need to be doing between 350 and 400 watts just to keep up with these guys. Now, there's a guy that comes up behind me, and so I'm thinking that I can get on his wheel. Or I should say, I'm hoping I can get on his wheel. I get myself past 300 watts, but he's up to like 7.5 watts per kilogram, and now I'm starting to be passed by others, including 65-year-old Woon. I'm still pushing 300 watts, but now it's down to below 200. I look at the graphics on the top, and I've only gone just about a mile. My brain wants to go, but my quads, they just feel too damaged, like the contractile tissue just isn't contracting. I now accept that I'm officially dropped. So the first thing I do is I look at the graphics on the right side, and I see that the next group behind me is 12 seconds back. I have 5K, a little over 3 miles to get to the finish before they catch me. So now this is a time trial for me. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Keep it steady. Well, that was a nice thought. They were much stronger than I was feeling today. It's only been about 5 minutes and we're halfway done with the race. You only see 3 guys here with me, but there's a bunch more that's coming that's right behind us. All I have to do now is figure out and execute how I'm going to beat these guys and get my 10th place overall. That is, of course, these guys don't drop me. It is now Tuesday evening as I'm putting this video together. Earlier after work, I did a 2-hour ride in which 40 minutes was sweet spot. This was my first sweet spot workout of the off-season. You know, I'm going to have to do a video comparing this off-season's training to my last year's off-season training. Back to the race action. It's now half a kilometer to go. I've been parking myself toward the back so I can do a run up toward the finish. And it's a question of when. And with my being at 5 watts per kilogram, it must be right about now. There's one category B that dropped out. The rest of the Bs, oh, they're all ahead of me. So I'm going to get last in my category. All I want to do now is just beat everyone else. My eyes are on the graphics on the top, and I'm seeing that I have like 600 feet to go, but I just ran out of gas. Some people are coming by me. I'm trying to keep up whatever wattage I can, and then it just drops as I just drop and see all these people go up ahead of me. So I end up about 16th place out of 58. So, okay, not bad for this old guy. There's always next week. I hope you enjoyed this and you got something out of it. As always, remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.